Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone's having a wonderful wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're tuned in into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. Excuse me. Ooh, all this stuff didn't start until I got on the mic, of course. But you're tuned in into another Twitch live stream. Oh goodness, we are really off to an adventurous start tonight. You're tuned in to Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch, and you're tuned into another Twitch live stream episode of Farming Simulator 22. We're on the Alma, Missouri map. And without much further ado, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope at some point I can actually spit out complete sentences here so we can get this thing going. But before we kind of jump into it tonight, I'm going to have to do some setup. And first of all, a little bit of apology because it was my intention to work these contracts that you see here off camera so that when we jumped in tonight, you wouldn't be watching a majority of this episode with me still working through said contracts for the entirety of the episode, although it looks like that is what we're going to have to end up doing tonight. And the other thing about that I'm not that happy about is because I got this little bit of a cheaty setup to kind of speed through the contracts, because it was definitely was my intent to try to speed through the contracts here with a little like I like to call this little Frankenstein setup here to grab the straw from this contract here and kind of speed through the contract and still make the money off the contract, but also grab the straw from the contract and do some things with it as well. But unfortunately, I've had a couple of false starts off camera, and in both situations lost my entire game. There's been off camera really 3 separate occasions, but most assuredly 2 separate occasions where I had this field almost entirely harvested, and due to a mistake on my part, and in one situation a power outage. Well, actually in 2 of the situations, we had a circuit breaker trip and a power outage, and I lost my progress. And then the last thing that happened just less than an hour ago is I was just about finished harvesting the entire field, and the trailer that I have towing behind the harvester was filled to the max. So at that point I had decided that we'd still just continue to harvest the field and just go ahead and come back and pick the straw up later. But unfortunately, by accident, as I was pulling the trailer, this trailer set up here with the it's got 73,100 liters of product already. As I passed by the forage harvester here, it spit straw into this trailer, and guess what happened? It turned everything in this trailer into straw, except it started from 0, and the count was how much ever straw was in this thing that it spit into my trailer, which was just maybe a few liters of straw, and all of my crop that was in here just disappeared immediately and was no longer existed. so guess what? That was a done deal. So that means I got to start all over from scratch and just be careful and mindful. But part of the reason why that happened is because, again, this trailer was full, so the forage harvester had nowhere to spit. So when a trailer came by that was close enough for it to unload, it unloaded in this trailer. So keeping that in mind, I now know that I run the risk here, if I let this trailer fill up, that I'm going to have to disconnect the forest harvester immediately, or just be mindful of bringing any trailer near it, because it's going to try to spit straw into that trailer. So just keeping that in mind. But this is where we're at right now. Like I said, I intended to have this field completely done, and actually both of the fields here, 17 and 18, completely done before we even got on tonight, but the universe has had other ideas. Aside from that, the other things that is going on in real life and in my universe that kind of got me set back is I recently finally came into the modern age and purchased a new desktop personal computer. And just I've been going through the process in the last few days of trying to get everything back set up the way I had it on my other desktop computer. And I've also ran into a lot of issues here and there, because one of the major things I ran into is that my other PC had a Windows installed on it, and I was trying to bring all my documents, or a lot of the files I had in my documents and folders and all of those related Windows folders, over to the new install, but ran into a bunch of issues with file permissions and all of that stuff. But I'm not going to digress and get into super detailed about it, but just needless to say, just been running into a ton of issues trying to get the new PC set up. But I will also say this, because I'm an old school person and I've been basically laboring on with a PC that's probably should have been upgraded over 5 or more years ago. This is the first machine I ever had with an SSD in it, and I must say the speed is incredible. Not considering, my Xbox Series X, because it has a SSD, so I should have known, but I had honestly no idea of what would be the impact and how the PC runs. I just didn't even consider that, and just never really thought about it. Even though yes, you could say I should have thought about it, being that I've experienced the speed here on my Xbox Series X, but just never really mentally made the connection. But long story short, I've been running into a lot of issues with getting my PC set up. Aside from that, I do have to tell this little sidebar story as we go here, and I guess we don't want to get too sidetracked here, but I had been researching buying a new PC for a number of years recently, and I had put a lot of thought and research into it. But recently I had a situation where I had filed my income tax, and this year was one of those years where I actually got a little bit of a decent income tax return back. So I had planned on this being the year that I finally upgraded the PC. So I was kind of floating around some ideas on that. But then, as the universe would have it, I had some issues with my vehicle and had to take it for repairs. And when I took it for repairs, those repairs ended up hitting me in the pockets a lot more than I anticipated. Not only that, but upon inspection of the vehicle for some other checks, there were a number of other things that will dialed up that are going to hit me in the pockets pretty decently for future repairs. So needless to say, all of that wonderful news kind of put me in a little bit of a bad space mentally. So flipping back over to thinking about buying a new computer and the income tax coming through, I ended up buying a PC, but lo and behold, because of what was going on with my little mental situation, if you will, I just kind of did almost an impulse buy on the PC. And I didn't do all my research as far as because my current desktop setup, it has like a hutch over the top of it that has a limited space that a tower computer can fit into between the desk and the hutch space, and then it has a space on the bottom where it's technically designed where the PC would sit anyways. But when I made the purchase, I didn't think about any of that stuff. I just pulled the trigger and grabbed one that I liked. that kind of met the basic requirements of what I was looking for, because I wasn't looking for anything super power. I just wanted to grab something, that would put me in the modern age and had enough space, and maybe a decent case with enough space and a strong enough power supply where if push came to shove, I could manually upgrade, different things, down the line. But long story short, so the PC gets here. I finally pull it out of the box and I go to put it on the desk, and guess what? It's too tall to fit in the space. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll put it in the bottom part of the desk. Well, the way the desk is designed in the bottom part, it had a little section with a drawer for the keyboard that you could pull out, and that was the where your keyboard was at. So I was like, okay, I'll take that section out and see if I can fit it down in there. And I was able to fit it down in the bottom portion of the desk, but that's still not going to be a good permanent setup for it, because the PC has the ports on the top of the case and not in the front part of the case. The PC has the fans on the front of the case. So long story short, man, it's just a lot of stuff going on here in real life that I'm trying to get configured and all of that stuff. And even on top of all of that, my grandbaby's granddaughter's birthday is coming up in the next couple of days, and I need to go do some last minute birthday shopping for her. So just a lot of different things going on for Mr. Grandpa Bose 831 right now. Anywho, now that we've digressed on this entire sidebar, and when I could have been talking and working at the same time. Let's go ahead and get our harvester turned on here, lower the header. We are going to have to, like I said, we're going to be working this contract situation here on our lab tonight, unfortunately, and that's just what it is. So let's get that going. I have the fast harvesting set up, but for some reason it's still going rather slow. I don't know if that's due to an issue with horsepower or power of the harvester or what. I'm not entirely sure, because this setup is supposed to be like harvesting at like the maximum speed that the harvester is able to drive. But I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But that's also one of the other things that did impact my off-camera efforts. But again, these are all things that, had I not had those other things going on in the background, I probably would have played around and researched all of this different stuff a lot further. But it's just had so many different things going on that I have not able to really get into the meat and potatoes of a lot of those other things yet. So we're still back to square one, and we're going to try to get this contract knocked out, but we just got to be careful that I don't make any mistakes. And we'll see how it goes. We'll play this whole episode by ear. Other than that, for the most part, you're just going to be watching me do a little bit of fast harvesting here on these contracts, and we'll see where the rest of the episode goes from there. But since we got both of these fields dialed up, we're going to have to definitely going to work through both of them before we get to anything else, maybe. But we'll have to see how everything kind of plays out. And there is one other thing I did do off camera here, and you guys probably noticed it before I did, because I didn't mention it. But if you notice on the tractor trailer setup there, we have what is called the Titan trailer. It's part of the mod package. That's the oh goodness, I'm having an old man moment now. Is it the Yes, the Colossus Harvesters Pack, I think it is. But the Colossus Trailers Pack. I have the Titan trailer in that track, and I just selected the version of the trailer that has the unreal capacity, so we don't run into any issues with me hitting the trailer fuel limit or anything like that. That's also that we can get all this stuff knocked out and done in a timely manner without having to make a million trips, because we could definitely do this the realistic way, no problem with that, but we just be making so many trips that it would literally take hours upon hours to do what we're trying to do here. And that's also in part why I'm doing this. Yes, it's unrealistic and in a way cheaty, but in the interest of time, that's why we're doing it. But I'm making sure that for those of you who want to, and those of you that are new to the game or whatever your situation may be, that you also understand the realistic way to do it and the unrealistic way to do it, that you can make your own personal choices on how you want to play the game. Me myself, I don't try to gatekeep on how people choose to play the game, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and how you want to play the game. Because as you hear me say time and time again, it's kind of the theme for my series, at least. If you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? And always, I want you to be doing whatever it is that is most fun and is most comfortable for you. As I've indicated in this series also many times, the gameplay style that I'm doing is kind of a little bit of a mix in between both realism and speed, and I kind of fluctuate between both play styles depending on what I'm doing at the time and what goals I'm trying to accomplish, and so on and so forth. So you get a little bit of everything with me. And if you're jumping in, if this is your first time watching an episode of my series, enjoy. And if you got any questions about anything or anything like that, just always hit me up in the chat. You can hit me up on social media. Bose 831 Gaming on most of your social media platforms. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. I guess we won't be doing TikTok anymore. If you've been keeping up with recent headlines about what's going on with TikTok, I think I'll stay off of that, even though technically the White House is in violation of their own ban, aren't they, if it does get picked up by the Senate. Because if I'm not mistaken, the president has a TikTok page, so interesting. I digress. All right, we'll be bringing up our Titan trailer here. We're going to unload our crops here, and just let that kind of run. Let's see where we're at. And while that's unloading here, I'm just kind of looking here at crop prices. What crop is this? Because my brain is just all over the place here. That's right. The icon was kind of throwing me off there. I was like, okay, that's not wheat. But it's not an icon I'm used to seeing. So where is rye at on here? It's not at the top of the prices menu, so where does it come up at? Because I think that's one of the custom crops for the map, right? Yeah, there. It goes here. You got peas, your rye, your dry corn, alfalfa hay. So we got soybean straw. That was something I did not know. I'm gonna have to do some testing on that. I did not know we had the ability to do soybean straw on this map. Alright, well, our harvester has unloaded, so let me move this trailer out of the way. park it right over there. And then we fire up our Dr. Frankenstein harvester setup again. The harvester on, and tab over to our forage pickup and turn it on and start back rolling again. Now you can see what I mean about the harvester. Now it's like it's barely going 4 or 5 miles an hour, and it's supposed to be fast farming right now, and I don't know why that's an issue. Now sometimes when you have the harvester behaving that like this, you can kind of raise a little the header, and it kind of gets it moving fast. But for some reason, the controls are not raising or lowering the header. I don't know if that functionality is not working, so I don't know what the issue is on all fronts, why it's behaving this way. So it's taking us a bit longer than it normally would to kind of fast farm this entire field. So again, just bear with me, but we're going to have to do it this way, and it's getting even slower than what the normal harvester speed is here. This is what I'm saying. It's got to be. So here are the controls here, and you do the right stick up and down. It's supposed to raise a little the harvester. It's like doing that. It's supposed to raise and lower the blade, but none of that functionality is working, and I don't know why. So we're doing intermittent fast farming instead of your standard fast farming through and through. Because this field should have, under normal fast farming circumstances, this field should be done by now. Aside from having to stop to load and unload your trailers. And then all of these different little spots here where we got these big piles of straw that are dumping out for whatever reason. That keeps happening. We're going to have to come back and pick all that used material up, but I'm just not going to focus on that right now. We're just going to focus on getting the harvest done first. You see, it's already getting a little bit late. It's already getting to be 1800 at night. Hold on one moment. Getting near another full trailer, so we'll have to unload here in just a bit. Alright, so we got one pass under and around. Trying to get everything turned back around and then come back through. And this is going to be another slow slog. 99, so we should be hitting, there it is. Alright, so let's back it up. Alright, make sure we're selected the harvester. I hate when I miss it. Got so many things to cycle through. Is pipe out. Alright, so let's go find our harvester and get this rye unloaded. Alright, so there we go. It's just so disappointing to me that I was not able to get all of this knocked out off camera, and believe me guys, when I say I tried multiple times and the universe just was not having it this week. So here we are. And like I said, there's not much else we got that we really could be doing right now, because we got to work through these contracts before we can advance the day. So all we're doing is just working these contracts, and we are more than likely going to try to do them around the clock. Hopefully on the field 18 we have better luck. Than we did it here on 17. As far as like especially with the harvester being able to run at the fast farming speeds, because I think part of the issue may be that this field has a lot of uneven elevations that are impacting the performance of the harvester. That's what it is. But again, guys, I have a modern age PC now, so I'm sorry. Oh, the old man is rapidly making his way into the modern age. You know, so just kind of bear with me a little bit here. You know, I've been, a few years late on having some new toys, but I finally got a new toy. So just got to work out learning. You know, there's a bit of a learning curve and learning how to use it, and all of the particular bells and whistles, and also really just having to get my Windows set up on this new system the way that I want it set up is comfortable for me. Because actually now we're into Windows 11, now coming to Windows 10, so there's all of this. There's definitely a learning curve. We were just like a few minutes here while we were trying to get set up for tonight's episode, and why kind of jumped in a little bit cold turkey, and I know it's kind of a recurring thing with me, but I really didn't do any kind of prep, because I was working on an issue on my PC with trying to figure out what's my OneDrive, the Microsoft OneDrive setup. I'm still trying to get get that figured. I got all these different things going on, and these plates that I'm spinning, and just was kind of running out of time. And then to further add to the fun, this week, my day job, I have some mandatory overtime, at least a few hours we're going to have to do tomorrow, so there's that too, so it's definitely real life right now is the gift that keeps on giving in different area. You got the positivity of my random birthday, just different little things that my real life universe right now. That's life. If you're not dealing with certain things, then you're not living. So you're gonna, if you're living, you're going to have to deal with some things in life. There is no perfect scenario in life right now. But you do have to kind of, whatever it throws at you, kind of figure it out and work your way through it as best that you can. Try to stay positive on things, but I am human, you will definitely have your struggles, but I just try to, for the most part, be as much a positive person as I can be and trying to keep myself in that positive space. This bad boy is again bogging down in the same area of the field. I'm still not understanding why. See, it really bogs down badly in this part of the field. I have no earthly idea why. Yeah, this is unsatisfactory, man. It is what it is today, apparently. Alright, we got another full load. Oh, and I did it. Get over to the harvester. Pipe out. And let's go find that trailer. There she goes. And you can see the harvester straight up ahead. So he just needs to make his way over to the harvester. Alright, so here we go. Unload. I just gotta make sure that I don't blow it this time. We gotta be super careful when this trailer that we have behind the forage harvester is full, because that forage harvester is gonna spit straw to the nearest trailer, and I don't want to accidentally delete all this rye I have in this trailer again. That was not a happy place kind of thing, but I was so close to are alive tonight, and I didn't even have time to really process it and rage like I would have raged under normal circumstances after I made that big mistake. But I, didn't see it coming. Alright, that's another good solid load. Alright, so let's back over to our harvester. Bring the pipe back in, fire it back up. Fire up the forage pickup and get the rock and rolling once again. This feels like so much like deja vu for me because I've done this 3 times already. But as the saying goes, right, the third time's the charm. We shall see. Speaking of other funny things in the universe today, one of the things I was also doing in real life today is I was out in the yard doing some yard work, some mowing, edging, and all of that wonderful stuff. And I have a edger that is an electric edger, but it's the kind that you plug in the wall. It's not the cordless steel or anything like that, because my yard is such that it's not that large that it would dictate a massive investment and yard work equipment. But anyway, I was out in the yard today, kind of working around the house with my edger. And as my house has outlets all surrounding the house, at various points around the house. And so I was moving to a different location at the edging. Certain, one of the areas surrounding the house, and I saw this little yellow jacket flying around near my outlet. I didn't pay it that much mind at first, but then I plugged my edger into the outlet near where I saw the yellow jacket out of the corner of my eye, and then I kind of noticed that there was as I was plugging it in, I should say, I noticed that there was a little bit of a yellow jacket nest that they were starting to build, but it looked like it was old, so I was like, maybe that's an old one. But then the little yellow jacket I saw in the corner of my eye started flying back around again, so I had this bright idea that I'm gonna go ahead and spray the yellow jacket. So I went in my garage. I had a canister hornet and wasp killer, and I bring that back out there to the outlet. I see the little yellow jacket flying around near the outlet now because he's looking for that nest that he was starting to build. So of course I sprayed the stuff all over the outlet, and I didn't think it was going to happen because I've done the same thing with some light fixtures around the house where yellow jackets and hornets and whatever have formed nests in some of the weirdest places, but I've never had any issues with using the spray and it having an impact on or causing any electrical issues, but of course those weren't outlets. But anyway, long story short, I sprayed on the outlet and went to fire up my weed whacker again after I had sprayed, and lo and behold, it wouldn't power up. And then so I kind of mess around with it for a little bit, and then I go back into my garage area, and another family member is in the garage doing laundry, and she had indicated to me that the what the heck did I just do? That the why am I stuck? That the holy moly, what the heck is going on there? That the power had tripped off, and I'm like, that's interesting. So I went and checked the circuit breakers set up for the entire house, and I don't see where any circuit breakers have tripped. But just for good measure, I go cycle through a few of the ones for the areas in question, kind of flick the switches, and I get the washer and dryer and a couple of other things back going, but then there's still some things that wouldn't come back on. So at this point, I'm a little bit upset because after doing a little bit more checking, it seems like one of the outlets in the garage and then all of my external outlets around the house don't have power coming to them now. But just to kind of wrap it up, I ended up kind of messing around with the circuit breakers, kind of flipping around, and then I was like, maybe I need to wait it out to see if there was some electrical issue that was caused when I sprayed the bug spray on into and around the outlet that caused maybe a short of some type. So because it was a warm day, once we it kind of dried out a little bit, which it didn't take too long, and then I've kind of flipped the circuit breaker for the one that kind of goes to those outlets a few times, cycled that breaker a few times. Everything started to come back up eventually, so I was able to finish my edging, and that was just kind of the gist of where the universe had me and what it had me dealing with today. But it's one of those other little things, I guess. Alright, but I'm just gonna go here. I know I said I was gonna clean it up after. I guess since the harvester is close to being full, we might as well just go ahead and dump it. So wipe out. Alright, let's bring our trailer over. We're almost about to be in that same scenario that we were before, where I made that huge mistake and turned all of my rye into straw. We don't want to do that again, so I'm getting a little bit nervous here. I just want to make sure we don't have our, but I think what I need to do, I just make sure I do it this time, is make sure once the that trailer is in the back is full, that we fold the pipe from the forage harvester up, so that way it won't accidentally unload somewhere. And that should solve that problem. So I just have to make sure I do that when we get to that point in this process here. Alright, here we go. Get you out the way. Because I haven't even really thought about what we're going to do with all of the straw. I'm probably going to turn it all into straw bales, except we'll put some in our bale storage facilities, and then we'll sell a vast majority of it, I think, this time, because we don't need that much straw for our TMR mix, and we don't really have that many other uses for straw. I mean, you can use it for the animal bedding and all of that, but you don't need large quantities of straw for that. So we'll probably this time just end up making the straw bales and just selling the straw bales. All right, let's see where we at. And lower header, turn it back on. All right, where are you? It's weird that it makes you jump around to some of these other pieces of equipment before it gets to there. Turn on forge pickup. In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, in the controls pop-up menu you see on the upper left there, you can see the little icons, the little blue and white icons that represent your vehicle, or if you have any implements, those implements that are attached to the vehicle. And I'm just pressing Y and cycling through the implements, because depending on which, and Y basically changes the focus of which of the vehicles and implements you're using. And depending on which one is in focus, you can have different shortcut menu options. And so that's all I was doing, was just cycling through the options to, until I selected the right piece of equipment and had the options that I was looking for. Alright, well, we're getting close to finishing this build up, but the caveat or drawback there is we're almost about to fill up this trailer, and we're also running out of daylight hours here, and I did not at least want to be doing a lot of night harvesting or night work in this series, or at least not just in this series, but even on this episode tonight. We'll have to see how we want to go forward with that, because it's all going to depend on where we are in our cycle as far as the months are concerned, because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm neglecting or not giving myself enough time to work my own crops versus trying, for the sake of trying to work these contracts, when I got things I need to do with the crops that I own that should be taking precedence over working these contracts. But we're just about in a place where we won't have to worry about contracts any longer now, because as you can see by our current account balance now that the various production chains we have going now are starting to kick into full gear, we're starting to make a little bit of money here now. So this will probably be the last cycle where I have to worry too much about working contracts, other than just something that I want to do versus something that I have to do to keep my budget up. As you can see, we're over $1,103 right now and counting, so that's very good. We still haven't even purchased all of the production chains on this map yet and started up all those productions, and that is one of the last goals I want to accomplish in this series before we maybe wrap it up and move on to another map. We'll again have to see how everything goes. And definitely, as always, like I've talked about in past episodes, based on what feedback I get from you, the community, will help me to kind of determine how far we want to go along in the series, and also, what we might want to do next. Alright, so we reached that point here now with the straw trailer is full bore, and we're going to keep, and this is where we had that incident before. We're not going to have that incident this time, but we are going to keep going and go ahead and finish this field, and then we are going to come back and pick up the rest of the straw. So I just have to make sure that before I bring the trailer around that we fold the pipe up with the forage harvester, but it doesn't accidentally shoot straw into our rye trailer and destroy or make all of our rye disappear. Yeah, you live and you learn, right? And there it is, 100%. So let's back the Frankenstein setup up just a little bit. And let's see where we're at. Change the focus to the forage harvester, and we want to select pipe in. And that should help with that issue. Now go back to the harvester and do pipe out. And then we want to go find our trailer again. And now when we bring the setup around, the forage harvester shouldn't try to unload into the trailer, but I'm still very concerned here, so I'm going to take a wide angle coming in. And we'll let this harvester unload. Alright, we're unloaded, so bring that trailer back out of the way and hop back into our harvester, pipe in, fire that baby back up. Passes here and we'll be done with this field. And we can move on to field 18. But we gotta come back and pick up all the straw before we collect on this contract. I don't know why that's happening right there. That's crazy. Alright, we got some glitchiness going on here, guys. crazy as we get towards the end of the episode. The deal here. Alright, not that. What the heck, man? This is crazy, guys. I'm gonna try to go right through it, though. But, we're in the universe of weirdness now. So that is a bunch of stuff that it's behaving like it's possessed. Some parts of this section that are wider than others. Maybe multiple passes here. I thought it would just be one. Oh, of course, and now they straighten out. That's nuts. Turn some lights on there. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and unload. Coming up to the top of the hour now. So, this is the last. This will be the second hour of tonight's episode. Alright, that load is done. Bring the pipe in, and now it's time to get a little dark, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on some lights. Alright, it appears we're no longer doing this Twilight Zone stuff. still got to do that other contract, which one again penalizes the heck out of you for canceling contracts. So we got to do it. I just got to make sure before I commit to going to work, and if I move to another day, that mess me up with either that contract or my own crops that I have at home. Sure, all those things are good. Otherwise, we're going to have to entire portion of this episode doing night work so we can get that other contract knocked out and still be where I need to be for my own crops at home. And we ought to be going to some the grass harvest as well. I guess we can look at the crop calendar and tell that too, right? Sucks. Alright, well, we're full anyways, right? And lights on. And you can see the sunset and the horizon. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Alright, once we unload the harvester, we'll pick back up from there and try to go ahead and finally finish up at least the harvesting portion of the contract on this field. And then we'll work on making our delivery to a sale point, and also picking up all the straw that we still have on this field. And then we'll turn our focus to our other contract with field 18. certain points in the field, you'll see how the harvesters are bogging down to like super slow speeds. Out on the harvester. And let's prepare my trailer. That took forever for me to get there. Alright, so we're gonna unload. This should be our last bit of rye. And once we make this delivery, that should, for all intents and purposes, complete the contract. But we're still going to keep the contract active just for a little while longer so we can grab all the straw off of this field. First thing first, let's go ahead and make that delivery. We're still on day 1 in June, so we should have day 2 in June to be able to work that other contract. We can go ahead and advance time, but I just don't want it to impact me being able to harvest my other own fields as well. But I guess we got enough money now where another solution I can look at doing right now is just leasing on other harvesters or other harvester trailers, tractors, whatever combinations I need to get the job done. It looks like the best bet might be this Titan trailer paired up with whatever harvester we got going. I'll probably do the same little Frankenstein setup to see that we're operating right now, but hopefully we can get it to run like how it's supposed to run. That's supposed to be the fast farming setup, but that was not fast. Alright, we made it into downtown, and let's go unload our rye and fulfill this contract. Again, we're not going to cash out. Alright, we got a different, there's $16,007 bonus harvest income contract. The contract is completed. And again, we're not going to cash out just yet. At least that time that we got there in time to see the gates come down and we didn't get T-boned or anything like that. I don't know why, but it seems like it's taking longer to get back over here than it did to leave. Alright, here we are. So my idea here is, as I was kind of thinking about it as driving around here, is we'll just do the following. Makes sense. I hope. Keep the snuffer stuff attached. Again. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. Attach the snuffer stuff. I mean the forage harvester. Pull up a little bit and then attach the snuffer stuff. Pull this trailer out. And to stick the unrealistic. Back there. And now we can do pipe out. And now we should be able to drive like a maniac with all the stuff that's left on this field and pick up everything that we missed. It's just a lot of these material. They get it all up. Sadly, this is probably one of those situations where at a windrower, it's a lot simpler. chaotic. Yeah, I could stand to have wind rolling device speed this. It's insane how much straw we got. We might just go ahead and sell this material. I know the sell point does accept loose material. We can sell it as is. I don't even have to go bother with the billing. Just go right to the next stage. Alright, we're back. try to get as much of it as you can. I'm not gonna grab every teeny tiny little piece. I just don't have patience. Sorry guys, we're at the energy level and kind of tailed off here as we got closer to the second hour. As I talked about in the first hour, it's been a busy day, and I guess some of that's catching up to me a little bit. When we sell this stuff, it's going to kill the price of straw in the market. That's so much straw. Alright, I'm trying to get this wrapped up. This is a lot of bits. Straw is still left. How's the setup is Frankenstein is what it is. It's hard to pick up. I need to be precise with what it is. Gotta get everything in the right position. Something like that is not that wide. That's strange. Still a few big spots. You know, We're almost there. A few bits to pick up. We'll be ready to make a delivery. Now we're run through these splashes of material here. We'll go ahead and run it back. Just go ahead and gas on the ultra boring right now. You get the gist of what it is as far as if you want to grab the straw from the contract and use it for other farmers' purposes. Power is in your hands. OCD is out of my brain. I don't leave without picking up every little splash that's on here that I see. Alright, should be it. Let's do this one. That's that. Hold up. That. We'll go unload this trailer first. Whatever you make of. Alright, first of all, what's the best straw sale point? Let's go over to our prices menu. And we're looking for straw. And there we go. We got 4 sale points available. But only 2 are buying. And they're both not at the best price. They're $68 and $64. So that's the Sedalia is the train. Livestock Bell Point is 68. So that Livestock Bell sale point is the best price. We're at the best time of the year to sell straw is in December, it looks like. Really the tail end of the year, because you really start getting your prices rising, going all the way from August, but with the prices peaking in December. That's interesting. And we're in June, so we're in one of the worst months to sell. guess in this situation it doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot. This is all basically bonus money from the contract. Crash counter +1. Alright, we're coming up on the livestock. Everything. 15,000, 2,000, take it. grabbing all kind of. Oh goodness. My apologies. We're running in overtime tonight. That was unintentional. Um, Wrapping it up. In another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. I'm Simulator 22 in Missouri. We just have to pick it back up on the next episode. When we come back in, I'll get you up to speed on where we're at. Right now, we're going to sell the straw. We're going to finish up on field 18 and take it from there. Episode of my Twitch live stream will be uploaded to my YouTube channel in entirety. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, and let me know what you don't. By the way, let me know. Those 831 Gaming on all of your most of the social media platforms for the Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you love, let me know what you like, and let me know what you hate. By the way, let me know. So I can get better, better. Alright, this is way into overtime. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone.